Hey guys, Liv here from Think Tank, and I'm just going to go through with you a basic outline of how to use this document, which will be your cash flow projection versus actual that you use throughout the challenge. There's another sheet where we're going to help you work out what your actuals are to get you started as some of your pre-work, but this is the document that you're going to need to submit your cash flow worksheet every Friday to Bernice so that we can look at it, make sure that we've gone through it with you on your individual business on a private level, where we can help suggest some ways that perhaps we can look at your incomings and outgoings and find where that balance is in your business and make sure you've got the clarity and visibility that you want and that you deserve as a business owner. So basically, there's only two charts that you really need to be working from on a weekly basis with this document. Now, this is the working sheet. We need you to be looking at your bank statements basically 3 times a week. If you want to make that 2 times a week, if you want to make it once a week, that's fine. It depends on how much is going through your business bank at any one time. The quicker you make this job, the easier you make this job, and the more of a habit you make this, the easier it becomes. And also from you then, it's a very easy job. If you don't have a bookkeeper or an accountant yet, then it is a really easy job for you then to hand over to a bookkeeper because you have a complete understanding and visibility of what is usual in your business so that you can immediately see any discrepancies, for instance. Now, this is the document that you'll be using from the week of the 12th, and you'll be moving through this throughout your cash flow challenge so that you can start to see over the 14 days of this challenge how your cash flow actually really looks. Now, obviously, following the instructions here, you need to start with the opening balance on the 12th, okay? So that will be your opening balance up here. Now, throughout the week, you go 5 o'clock. You can make that 4, guys. You can make that 6. You can make it 8 p.m. We don't really care if 5 p.m. is a suggestion, and we just recommend that you kind of make it a habit and you make it at the same time every day so that you can start to see where cash is coming in, what times do your debits usually clear, all this sort of information that's really important for you moving forward to empower you as a business owner. So set that time and make it a commitment. Now, you might sit there and go, on Mondays, we don't really get a lot of cash in, but that's fine. We get 1,000. Wednesdays, you got 13,000 in. Friday, you got 12,000 in. It's going to automatically total in your 26K. Now, let's just say here that we got a government grant for 10K on Friday. You can see that that's going to autofill there. Now, outgoings, we're going to go through in a second, but basically you can see here it's already filling out your actuals, so you don't need to. I projected sales of 20,000 and I got an actual of 26, which means awesome, up 6K that week. All right, fantastic. Now for you guys, obviously, you only need to be filling out the blue sections in this form. Everything else is pretty much auto-filled for you. Bernice is the cash flow spreadsheet superstar. So we did put together some sample data for you guys. So basically when you're going through your working sheet and you're putting in this information here that's going to form the basis of your cash flow, you are going to have sample data here. Now, this is not an exhaustive list. This is just a list that we've given you from costs that we know most businesses have in their day-to-day. It's simply put in alphabetical order to make it easy for you to check off where you're at with your business. If they don't apply, don't add them. If there's some missing, add them in. We can only go through with you on Fridays to make sure that if there's anything that we think is missing. Basically, a lot of these costs also depend on how many staff you have, what sort of business structure you have. Are they contractors? Are they employees? So don't feel overwhelmed by this list. Just be aware that all these things come into play in cash flow, and we are the kind of people who like to be prepared for cash flow. Now, incomings, depressingly, there's not a lot of incomings. If you're not making sales, there's not a lot of incomings. So we've got their sales. We've broken it down into recurring payments here and one-off sales here. If most of your sales are one-offs, put them in there. If you've got people who are on payment plans, put them in there. You like to know where your money's coming in, and you like to have those projected. If people are paying back loans, for instance, there's grants coming in, investor payments coming in. Put those in there on the dates that you anticipate them to come in, because the easiest way for you to remember whether they came in or not is to look at your cash flow. Now, outgoings, of course, there's always a lot more outgoings than there is incomings in terms of a list formality. But if you're doing business right, this covers all of these. So let's go through them, and basically you can review for your business which ones apply and which ones don't. If you don't do Google AdWords art marketing, you don't need Google AdWords. If you don't do company outings, parties, gifts, or staff wow moments because you've got no staff, you don't need to consider it, okay? But you might not have stock. Other guys, if you're a hairdresser, if you're a waxing salon, if you're a beautician, you've got stock, okay? It's really hard to color someone's hair without color stock. So they're things that you need to consider. You might be buying merchandise for your clients. You might have company cars. And we also have a set amount for miscellaneous weekly expenses. Now, the fantastic thing about your pre-work is that you guys would have started to see a realistic figure for most of these costs simply by doing your homework about what's actually happened in your bank statements for the last 12 weeks, okay? So we're going to give you a separate document to do that as your pre-work, and that will basically give you the exact information that you need to put into your forecast in your cash flow, okay? You will know that if you're currently turning over 20K weeks, now you can put in a projection there. Now, together with your sales goals and targets, your projections should increase or decrease based on your experience within your business. Okay, guys? It's so important. This is why business owners are the best people to start their cash flow process, because you know what growth you want in your business. You know what growth you need in your business, but also immediately, if you start to see a bit of a red come up, okay, then you know, I need to push for more sales that week because I know I've got an incoming, or I need to find a loan. I need to go get a prosper loan for 5K to bump that week up, and I know I can pay it off in 3-4 weeks time. It's always making value judgments for your business, and a cash flow gives you the ability to make those judgments. All of a sudden that down week is no longer a surprise. It's no longer a stress. You're prepped, you're organized, you're ready for it, and you can account your business moving forward to make sure that red might not even happen. If you get your sales in order, if you get your lead gen in order, that red may not even happen. All right, guys? But we always like to err on the side of caution, which is why we also have things like, and please don't feel like you need to do it, especially if you're in more of the beginning stages of business. We always stash cash, okay? I'm a massive stasher of cash. When it comes to BAS, you know it's coming up. So why surprise yourself? Look at what your last few BAS statements were. Talk to your accountant. What did you pay for BAS the last few times? Put that in there. Reverse engineer it and make it a weekly payment. Want to come to the Melbourne catch-up? Want to go Sydney catch-ups? Whatever it is, guys. If you want to go on a holiday, cash flow that sucker. You will love the power of cash flow. I promise you guys. So enjoy this challenge. Make it work for you, and then make it a habit in your business. You want to do the cash flow challenge again next time? We'd love to have you. Cash flow is one of my favorite things. So honestly, guys, enjoy this challenge. Take it for all it's worth, and eke every piece of information you can out of us. We would love to help you get the clarity and the visibility in your business, so that when you go to your bookkeeper, you feel empowered. You're not relying on them for information. You are driving the conversation. You are the business owner, and you can make this happen. This is why you have a business, guys, because you can make the money to make this happen. If you have a job, you can only have the money that you have unless you do something else. In a business, you can go, okay, great, we're going to do a new challenge. We're going to do a quick LBE sale for 97, and I'm going to sell 100 people up front or 10 people up front. It doesn't matter, guys. You have the ability to get your business to make it work for you and what you need to move forward. Okay, guys? So enjoy it, love it, and I cannot wait to see the results at the end of the month.